Let's activate our starter to make our sourdough bagels. I'm making a lot, so this is a huge batch. You definitely don't need to make this much. But here we have 125 grams of starter, 250 grams of room temperature water, and then 250 grams of all-purpose flour. Obviously, if you don't need that much, just take away. So I always do whatever amount of starter, you double the flour, you double the water. So once we have all that in there, we mix it really well, get it to a thick pancake batter consistency. It takes me a few minutes to mix, especially when I have a lot, probably about 3 minutes, give or take. But once you get the hang of this, it'll go much quicker and you'll know exactly what you need. So once you get it mixed to the right consistency that you need, you're going to cover it. I never cover it exactly with the lid. I put one of these covers on top and then the lid goes like halfway. And then it's going to go on my warming plate. For mine, it usually takes about 4 hours. Some people say it takes 8 hours because it's sitting in, especially in the winter. So highly recommend invest getting a warming plate. Now the ingredients. So we have our water, our honey, and then our salt. Mix it well, and then you're going to add our starter. You want this nice, active, bubbly starter. Look at that. It's got bubbles. It's alive. So you definitely want to make sure it's nice and active. So we're going to add 100 grams of starter to this and then mix it really, really well. It took me about 2 to 3 minutes to mix it and get all that starter in there incorporated really, really well. Once you get all that incorporated, zero out your scale, and then you're going to add 450 grams of bread flour. I use the King Arthur bread flour. I get it at Costco. I really, really like it. It's a good price. Last time I made bagels, I kneaded it by hand. No way, not doing that again. It took about 5 to 7 minutes. I wasn't timing it exactly, but you just want it to get it all incorporated really, really well. You don't want to have any flour anywhere on the side or anything like that. It should come nicely into one ball and it'll just like fall right off. It's very easy to work with. It's a beautiful dough. Just comes right off just like that. Boop. Nope, nothing to it. Then we're going to transfer it to our counter. I did end up kneading it for about a minute. I don't think it was more than that. And then just shaped it into a ball. And then I'm going to put it into my bowl that I will grease with a little bit of oil, like tiny, tiny bit. I used avocado oil. Yes, avocado oil. Again, just tiny bit. I use clear bowl just so I can see it doubling in size. It's going to go into the bowl, covering it, putting it on my warming plate again. And in Grant's video, I'm going to link his description, but he says to like leave it there 6 to 8 hours. Mine was about 4 because of the warming table. I do think it's a huge thing. You highly, highly need it. I highly, highly recommend it. All right, it's doubled in size. We're going to take it out and we're going to divide it into 6 as equal as you can get pieces. And then we're going to create little balls out of those pieces. So this is how he talks about it in his video. So you're just kind of like folding it in and then trying to create a ball as best as you can. So I just kind of rolled it in my hand on my counter and did like almost like what we do with our dough. I pulled it just to get that tucked under really well. And on some of them, they were not tucked under. So I ended up pinching it. So it's really nice tucked under. Whatever you do, I'm sure you'll be fine. You just want to have a flat bottom so you don't have a whole bunch of opening like pieces there, if that makes any sense. But a nice ball. And again, we're doing that the same thing to all of them. Now, this goes much slower than in this video, but it takes practice and I know I will get it probably one day. So we got our 6 ball doughs. We're going to cover it, let it rest for 15 minutes. This was me doing my other batch and I decided that I'm going to measure it out, but it was harder than it looked. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of flour on my sheet and I just used that rice flour and it worked pretty well. This is how he explains for you to do your hole. So just put your thumb in the middle of your ball and then just kind of stretch it out, stretch and pull, stretch and pull. I did a little bit of like stretch, pull, and wind. And I know that by the time I'm doing more, I will be changing this. But for now, this seems to work and it gets it done. It kind of looks like a bagel, and that's what we're looking for. What I would highly recommend is just to make sure that you get a nice hole in there, because it will shrink. The dough will double in size and the hole will shrink. So if you want to have that, bagel look and have that hole in the middle, make sure you stretch it out really well and have a good size hole in there. It will take some practice. I know I'm still practicing. We're not going for perfection. We're just going for as long as they taste good. I know I will probably end up changing the way I do this in the next 3 or 4 bagels, but for now, this is how I'm doing it, and it works, and that's all I'm going to say. So we're going to do the rest of these and make them look somewhat presentable, and then we're going to cover them up, put them on our warming plate, and they need to sit there until they double in size. Now, Grant says that it's 3 to 4 hours. Mine took about 2 hours, probably because of the warming plate. So that's what I'm telling you, people. If you guys are doing bread or work with chocolate, get one of these. They are amazing. Look how beautiful and fluffy they gotten. You can bake them now. I mean, put them in the water bath and then in the oven. But he says that it's best if you put them in the refrigerator overnight and then have them cold ferment and then the next day bake them. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I did last time. That's what I'm doing this time. In the morning, I'm going to preheat my oven to 450 degrees, and then I'm going to start on my water bath. So I just have a big pot here. I'm going to fill it up with some honey. It's supposed to be about a tablespoon. I kind of eyeballed it. And then we're going to fill it up with water. You just want to have enough water where your bagels are not touching the bottom. So that's kind of what you are going for. Mix your honey in there, cover it. Well, I covered it up, and we're going to bring that to a boil. Once that comes to a boil, we're going to get our bagels out of the refrigerator, pop them in there. If they are floating, it means it's a good sign. It means you did everything right. And then you do 1 minute per each side. So, and that's it. And it goes really fast. Like you think this would take a lot of time. It does not. It goes really, really fast. So I did 3 at a time, and then I'm putting it on my cooling rack, and I do have it over a towel just because I don't want a hot mess. And then you do your toppings, whatever your little heart desires. I get a lot of my toppings from Amish country, so that's what I'm using. But today I also wanted to do something fun. So we're doing a pizza bagel. So we're just going to do some pizza topping on the bottom and then marinara on top with some cheese. I got this cheese at Walmart, I believe. Yes, I got this at Walmart, but I'm sure any grocery store has it. We're just going to put some cheese in these cute little mini pepperoni. Same thing. I got it at Walmart. We're just going to top them, I think, any way you like them. And then I'm just going to put a little bit more of that pizza seasoning on top. And then, of course, you always need some more cheese. And the next one, I'm doing this like spicy everything bagel, just because my daughter absolutely loves anything and everything spicy. So that's what we're doing. All right. They are ready to go in the oven. I have my oven at 450 degrees, and they're going in there for 20 minutes. So here we go. 20 minutes. Hopefully they'll come out. Now we watch and wait. Watch and wait. No, I'm just kidding. My oven was being weird today. Like it took more than 20 minutes. Yeah, last time I baked them, it was perfect. Today it took almost 30 minutes. So kind of pay attention to your oven. You just kind of want them golden brown, just like this. These are perfect. I can't wait to cut into these and see what they look like. Look at this pizza one. Oh my goodness. So good. The smell is so good. Look at those beautiful air bubbles. So soft. This is the guacamole one. Amazing. Can't wait to make a sandwich out of these. So soft. So good. I never again. I'm telling you guys, never again am I buying bagels. Next will be sweet bagels. Well, thanks for being here. Have a blessed day.